And joining me now is Brian Clinton, one of the 4 candidates for Governor's Council, which you'll be voting for on Thursday, September 6th. Brian, welcome to It's All Local.
Thank you for having me.
So why are you running for Governor's Council?
Well, Seth, I'm running for Governor's Council because I have a passion for public service. I have a record of nearly 20 years of public service experience, and I want to bring those experiences and the fact that I'm a lifelong resident of the 2nd District to a higher level of service here and represent the Commonwealth in a more meaningful way.
One of your challengers is an attorney, and some might say that it's good to be an attorney if you're going to be approving judges and whatnot, and others might say, well, it really shouldn't matter. What are your thoughts?
I'm actually opposed to that. One of the reasons I am running is because I'm not an attorney. I believe in a representative government, and I think that an attorney, a practicing attorney serving on the Governor's Council is a very scary proposition. I've referred to it as a slippery slope. I do not believe practicing attorneys should be approving and or rejecting members of the judges here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, particularly practicing attorneys.
Why not?
It's a conflict of interest, in my opinion, and I also don't think that the 2nd district seat should be vacant when approvals or nominees are being considered for approvals. I think it would be common practice and prudent to recuse yourself, and I don't think that we as 2nd district residents should have not have a voice when an individual is being considered for a judgeship as a member of the Industrial Accidents Board or as a member of the Parole Board.
A lot of people might hear Governor's Council and they have no idea why it's important and why people should vote for a Governor's Council. So quickly tell us why you think it's an important elected body.
Well, I think the Governor's Council is an elected important body because it's, God forbid, you or your family member had to go before a clerk magistrate or a judge here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. You would want qualified, individuals serving as judges, treating you with respect and dignity. We, as Americans, obviously, we're all innocent until proven guilty if we're charged with a crime. But I just think it's very important who serves in these roles. As a father of 2 young daughters, I think it's important who serves on the parole board. I certainly don't want people charged with heinous crimes against children getting second chances and being out there on the street. And then working men and women here in Massachusetts certainly want a fair representation on the Division of Industrial Accidents Board, as we certainly shouldn't have judges who are influenced or leaning towards big insurance here in Massachusetts.
What about having an elected judge, like having campaigns for who should be judged? Would you think that that is something that we should maybe look to in the future, or what is your opinion? Actually,
Seth, I'm fundamentally opposed to electing judges. Electing judges is again, another scary proposition. Can you imagine, in this, for example, we're 2.5 weeks out from election right now. Can you imagine the favor that individuals would be trying to curry with certain segments or special interest groups in order to retain this seat? It's just not a good practice, and I'm fundamentally opposed to that.
There's also been a lot of talk about the transparency of the Governor's Council, as well as what happens when the councils are actually meeting, whether they're being nasty to each other or not very nice to people who are coming before them or not showing up. So what would you do if you're elected to change the culture?
Well, I hope to bring a sense of civility and decorum to the process. I've talked often in this campaign about professionalizing the process, and I think I can do that by bringing the skills that I've developed in my professional life to date, and couple that with my life experiences as a married father of 2 children, the only married father of 2 children in this race. I think in terms of transparency, certainly there's been discussion about putting the Governor's Council meetings on television. I'm all for that. Nothing should be, no vote should be taken behind a shroud of darkness. In addition to that, I've talked about making the website for the Governor's Council more accessible. In this campaign, I've tried to make myself as transparent as possible by being on using all forms of social media, including Facebook, Brian Clinton for Governor's Council, or my website, www.electbrianclinton.com, and I started to tweet at the beginning of this. So @BMClinton is a way that people can find out more about me and learn that I think it should be professionalized and more open.
What sets you apart from the other 3 challengers? Why should people vote for you?
Well, people should vote for me first because I've lived in the district my entire life. Second, because I am a married father of 2 children who looks very much like a lot of people who live in this district. And then finally, they should vote for me because, as I've stated, I'd like to bring a sense of professionalism to the process. I'd like to reestablish people's faith and confidence in the body of the Governor's Council. I am very credible. I'm an independent thinker, and I'm not in this race I have no axis to grind. I'm in this race simply for service to the people of Massachusetts.
Do you ever see yourself running for something other than Governor's Council?
I'm focused on September 6th right now. I hate to give a caged answer like that, but that's my only focus right now. I don't know what the future will hold, but I'm certainly just focused on the 2nd District of the Governor's Council seat, and I ask for the residents of Needham's vote, and I just want to throw a little plug out to Allie Reisman, our Olympian here from Needham.
All right, well, I want to thank you for being here today. And